Welcome back to our discussion of Three Times a Victim by Bruce Whealton. I'm Sarah, here with Marcus. We've watched Bruce transform from an abused, selectively mute child into someone who made sacred vows never to hurt anyone. We've seen him overcome trauma through years of therapy, experience deep love with Kelta and later Lynn, and build a thriving practice helping trauma survivors, especially rape victims.
Bruce had achieved everything he dreamed of. Professional recognition as president of the local clinical social workers chapter, a successful private practice, and a loving relationship with Lynn. But chapters 6 and 7 show how quickly everything can be destroyed, setting the stage for the false accusation that would come later.
Chapter 6 opens with that devastating line, "I had come so far and overcome so much to achieve a place in life that exceeded my wildest dreams." However, things were about to change, and the impact of how I lost everything would destroy the very qualities I would need to face increasingly challenging situations.
Enter John F. Forrest, described as a villain in this story, a fake therapist with no education, training, or supervision who was diagnosing people with dissociative identity disorder. This predator would systematically destroy Bruce's career and livelihood.
What's chilling is how John found Bruce. Bruce organized a workshop on DID as president of the Clinical Social Workers chapter, literally doing his job helping clinicians learn to treat trauma. John saw this as an opportunity and referred clients to Bruce while secretly providing his own harmful treatment to the same people.
The client Tracy's story is heartbreaking. She fled an abusive husband seeking help, only to have John make sexual advances. When Bruce tried to help her, John retaliated by manipulating 5 of Bruce's clients into signing identical complaint letters to the licensing board.
Think about the irony. Bruce spent his career helping people heal from trauma, creating safe spaces where the shame they carried could be named and left behind. Now a psychopath was weaponizing those same vulnerable clients against him.
But the cruelest timing is that all this happened simultaneously with Lynn's devastating health crisis. In late July 2000, her cystic fibrosis took a dire turn. She couldn't maintain weight, her oxygen saturation was dangerously low, and she required constant supplemental oxygen.
Bruce describes watching the sensation of suffocating consumed her every moment, leaving her helpless and unable to care for herself. As he sat by her hospital bedside, he received news about the grievances and malpractice suit, the two most important things in his life, his love and his career, were both slipping away simultaneously.
That section about dissociation is so raw. Every moment spent at home or outside felt like a distorted reality. I knew deep down that these were symptoms of dissociation, my mind trying to protect itself from the overwhelming terror. The man who helped others process trauma was now drowning in his own.
Chapter 7 shows the systematic destruction continuing. Bruce was forced to close his practice, surrendered his license through a consent decree, and even agreed to language saying he might lack empathy, the very quality that made him an exceptional therapist.
Then came John's completely fabricated accusation of harassing phone calls. Bruce wasn't even worried because I knew there was no evidence, no phone records, no recordings. But incredibly, without any evidence, the judge found him guilty.
His own lawyer's response is devastating. He hadn't thought of that? He should have been the one to know that without a shred of evidence, someone could just make stuff up and the victim of a false accusation like this could be found guilty.
The appeal reveals something even more sinister. The lawyer managed to get phone records proving John lied about one of the alleged call dates, but couldn't get records for both days. Then came those haunting words, "The truth doesn't matter, only what you can prove."
The truth doesn't matter. That phrase would echo in Bruce's mind for decades. Even with proof that John had fabricated at least part of his story, the legal system didn't care. This foreshadows the far more serious false accusation to come.
What follows is a devastating spiral into homelessness. Bruce loses his job when John calls his employer, moves to Durham, gets arrested for accidentally misreading a license at Eckerd's due to stress and trauma, then gets extradited back to Wilmington, the place where he'd once been a respected professional, in chains.
That image of him hiding his belongings in bushes before Thanksgiving dinner, the former president of clinical social workers now carrying everything he owned in a bag, the police officer giving him a street sheet, one Bruce himself had created during his graduate internship with the homeless program. The irony was crushing.
By 2004, he's living in a dangerous boarding house at 721 Holloway Street. Prostitutes, drug dealers, getting mugged walking from the bus stop. This is what John F.R.'s lies had reduced him to. A man who once helped trauma survivors heal was now experiencing profound trauma himself.
The chapter ends ominously. I was expecting one of my friends to meet me the next day, October 1st, 2004. I couldn't imagine things could get any worse for me, but I was about to find out that things could get more terrifying and nightmarish.
What's so significant about these chapters is they show how vulnerable Bruce had become. The confident, successful therapist who once helped rape survivors was now a traumatized, homeless man struggling with dissociation and PTSD. This is who Anna would target.
It's also crucial character evidence. Even at his lowest point, homeless, traumatized, facing false accusations, there's no mention of violence, no anger toward women, no concerning behaviors, just a broken man trying to survive.
The pattern John F. established matters too. Fabricating accusations without evidence, manipulating the legal system, destroying someone's reputation and livelihood. Bruce learned firsthand that the truth doesn't matter, only what you can prove. This would be essential preparation for what was coming.
These chapters are devastating because they show the systematic destruction of everything good in Bruce's life. His career helping trauma survivors, his relationship with Lynn, his home, his dignity, all destroyed by lies and a system that didn't care about truth.
But they also show Bruce's character under extreme pressure. Facing homelessness and false accusations, his response wasn't violence or rage. It was trying to rebuild, seeking therapy, attempting to connect with others despite his trauma.
By October 1st, 2004, Bruce had lost everything he'd worked decades to build. He was vulnerable, isolated, traumatized, the perfect target for someone looking to destroy him further. The stage was set for the false accusation that would nearly destroy what was left of his life.
Next time, we'll witness that horrific night when Anna burst into his apartment and attacked him, only to have him become the accused. Knowing everything we've learned about Bruce's character, the accusation becomes even more incomprehensible.
For anyone questioning Bruce's account, remember, this is someone who spent his career helping rape survivors, whose instincts with vulnerable people were always protective, who even at his lowest point showed no signs of violence or aggression toward anyone.
The evidence of his character spans decades. The question remains, could this person have done what they're accusing him of? Join us next time as we witness the night that would destroy what remained of Bruce's life.
This has been Sarah and Marcus discussing 3 Times a Victim. Thanks for listening, and remember, sometimes the most important evidence is the entirety of a person's character.
Until next time, take care.